Today we're going to be making a patch to fill in this fresh air grill on our Karmann Ghia. You can see I've already patched up back here where the duct was. I had to shrink this edge a little bit because the curve was a little tighter than just straight. You can kind of see it kind of goes with the nose there. I've got a blank marked out on my sheet metal here. From there we'll cut it out with this guy, an air nibbler, and I've got a template over here somewhere that shows the curve of the, there it is right there, the curve of the nose of the Karmann Ghia where this patch is going to be, so we'll use that for reference. I'm going to use air nibbler here to cut out this patch. I always do it over a trash can because it gets these little filings everywhere, and it's just easier if you do it over a trash can. What we're looking at here is we've got a curve on the nose of this guy. I think you can kind of see it there. But then as we get to this end down here, it curves back this other way, making, I think they call it a reverse curve. So we'll have to stretch this outside end after we curve this panel to fit the nose. We may end up making this in two pieces. One piece over here with the reverse curve, one piece over here that's a little more simple. We'll see how it goes. Okay, the basic patch here, the basic curve we're going to put in with this piece of pipe here. I've got a handful of different dollies of different sizes and diameters and so forth. This is the one I use for putting in real shallow curves. So we'll work the piece over the top of this. Okay, here we'll put our basic curve in. Some people do this over their knee or something like that. I prefer this way. I don't know why. We'll take a look at that against the template. Needs more. You can see we're a little overbent. Some areas just about right in others. We'll probably use that for now. Okay, I wound up just rolling it a little bit more. I spent about 5 minutes making sure it fit. I made some marks on the panel right and up and a left so I'd keep it in the same orientation. I also cut the end of it off there. I am going to make this in two pieces. And then I also made a mark on the car here to show me where that panel is supposed to line up, because when you're fitting things you want to be able to put it in the same spot every time. But we can see the panel fits pretty darn tight there following the curve. It also fits pretty tight there on this end, so I didn't wind up having to use the wheel for this piece. I'll definitely have to use it for the left side of the hole there. Alright, panels trimmed up. I left about 1/4 of an inch on all sides so I could come in here and trim it a little more accurate. You can see right there's a gap. It looks like our metal got bent in the nibbler. So let's see. I think I've got some pliers here. We'll just Okay, I've got my panel clamped in place. You can see how tight that is up against there. I've got two clamps. I've got one really long one here that I bought at a Harbor Freight or something for a couple bucks, and a little one over there. I learned this trick from Pete at Southwest Rod and Custom. Take a scratch awl to mark your panel. That way it'll be real accurate. Rather than doing it in marker, when you start grinding with marker, the marker starts to disappear. If you do it with a scratch awl, the scratch awl line stays put. Just a more accurate deal. We're pretty tight all the way around the seams there. I just cut this out using hand shears. Up here at the top, where my thumb is here, we've got a spot that doesn't fit and straight across from it. So I'm going to grind that out a little bit with a 4-inch grinder, and hopefully we'll have a good fit. Okay, so we've got the panel cut out and shaped up, and probably took me about 15 minutes to get the edges to where they'll fit. I don't know if it's watertight, but you probably get a couple pieces of paper between them, but that's about it. They're pretty darn tight. So it's ready to weld in. We'll clamp it up, start welding. I've got it clamped kind of at the bottom, but nothing's clamped what I would call extremely well. So we're going to have to tack it, move it, tack it, move it. Make sure we've got our panel in place the whole time. So, wish me luck. Helps to turn the gas on. I'd say that's pretty well tacked.